Hey guys, welcome to back my YouTube channel. This indicator empowers traders with highly sophisticated concepts typically reserved for seasoned professionals, enabling them to trade with unwavering confidence and maintain consistent profitability. These concepts include volume price analysis, also known as VPA, and the Wyckoff law of effort versus results. The indicator we are talking about is the Wyckoff Effort versus Results Explorer. This indicator combines and displays the previously mentioned powerful concepts in order to make it easy to understand how they can be used and read, allowing both beginner and advanced traders to potentially enter into extremely profitable positions. Let's first add the indicator to the chart. Navigate to the Indicator Search tab and search Wyckoff Indicator. Select the Wyckoff Effort versus Results Explorer indicator made by Wyckoff Trader and add it to the chart. Now that we have selected the indicator, we can see that it was added to the chart. The indicator consists of the following components, the first of which being the smooth relative rate of flow line, also known as the ROF line. The indicator calculates the values of relative volume and relative price strength. Then it combines these values in order to create a moving index that can be used to track overall strength and detect reversals in market direction. The relative rate of flow line oscillates between the values of 100 and -100. By looking at the value of the line, we can determine if a bullish or bearish signal is given along with the strength of the signal. The second component of the indicator is the smoothed ROF line. This is the gray line that closely follows the ROF line. Signals are given when the smoothed gray line crosses the ROF line. The next component of the indicator is the bars that are displayed behind the lines. These bars represent two things, the first of which is volume. Volume is a measure of the number of shares or contracts traded during a given period. By looking at the length of the volume bar, we can determine how much bullish or bearish volume is currently present. The second aspect represented by the bars is the price. This can be used to gauge the intensity of price movements and identify potential signals. By analyzing the height and color of the bars, traders can assess the strength of price movements and identify areas of buying or selling pressure in the market. The final component of the indicator is the EVRIX marker. There are two markers, the first of which are the green and red triangles, which are for the ease of move or EOM. The next marker is the circle, which will also be either green or red and represents the churn bar. Now that we know what the components of the indicator are, let's change the settings of the indicator. In order to do so, head over to the Indicator Settings tab and click on the Inputs tab. The first setting we see that can be changed is for the rate of flow. As you can see, it is possible to change the length, moving average type and smoothing. However, we will be keeping these settings at default. You can also see that the length can be changed for multiple other components of the indicator. Despite this, the only input setting we will be changing is for the EVRIX markers. Scroll down to these markers and uncheck them in order to disable them. Now head over to the style settings of the indicator. Here we will be increasing the opacity for the volume bars in order to make them easier to see. Once you have done that, we will be changing the color of the bullish price band to blue to also increase visibility. Finally, navigate to the style settings of the levels. We will be keeping two levels enabled. One of these levels will have a value of 50, and the other will have a value of -50. That was all that we needed to do. Now let's understand how we can read the indicator. Before continue this video, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon for new strategy. Return to video. Here we can see that the price is in a downtrend. We can also see that the ROF signal line has crossed with the smooth ROF line while being below the -50 level. This suggests that the market is oversold and that the price might start heading in the upward direction. Despite this, we will not enter into the position. This is because if we analyze the volume and price bands, we can see that the bullish volume band is lower than the bearish volume band. Along with this, we can also see that the bullish price band is short. Because of this, let's wait for the price to develop further before entering into a position. We can see that a new crossover was made by the ROF lines. This time, if we analyze the volume and price bands, we can see that the bullish volume was higher than the previous bearish volume. By looking at the bullish price bands, we can also see that these are taller than bearish bands and steadily increasing. This means that the price is increasing while the volume is doing the same, making it likely that the price will be pushed higher. When we combine this with the oversold signal provided by the ROF lines, it becomes a good idea to enter into a long position. Because of this, we will be entering into a buy position here. We'll be placing the stop loss at the recent swing low. For the take profit, we will be targeting a recent swing high, aiming for a risk to reward ratio of at least 2. Now, let's see how the trade plays out. In this case, we can see that the ROF lines made a bearish crossover while being above the 50 line, indicating an overbought signal. Despite this, we won't enter into the position due to the short and decreasing bearish volume and price bands. This indicates that the market will either continue in the bullish direction or consolidate due to the lack of volume. If we take a look at how the price action develops, we can see that the market indeed started consolidating as indicated by the signal that was provided. From these use case examples, we can already see how powerful the indicator is. Even though this is the case, the indicator can provide under-trend signals. This is because it doesn't track longer-term trends. Along with this, it is important to not enter into positions with this indicator when there is a low amount of volatility in the market. Because of this, let's add 2 more indicators to the chart in order to make a full strategy. Navigate to the Indicator tab and search for the Pivot Point Super Trend Indicator. Select the indicator made by Lonesome the Blue and add it to the chart. The second indicator we will be adding to the chart is the ADX indicator. Search for the ADX indicator, select the indicator made by TradingView and add it to the chart. Now head over to the input settings of the Pivot Point Super Trend Indicator. Here we will be removing the buy and sell labels. Once you have done that, we will be adding a horizontal line on the ADX. Navigate to the toolbar and click on the horizontal line tool. Now place the line at the value of 20 on the ADX. That was all that we needed to do. Now, let's take a look at how we will be combining the indicators. We will be combining the indicators by first using the Pivot Point Super Trend in order to identify the longer-term trend. Next, we will be using the red K/X indicator to identify an exact entry point and confirm it. Finally, in order to validate the entry and see if there is enough volatility in the market, we will be using the ADX indicator. Now, let's take a look at how such an entry can be made. We are currently looking at USDJPY on the 1-hour time frame. Here we can see that the price was in an uptrend. This is indicated by the green Pivot Point Super Trend indicator. We can see that during the uptrend, a small bearish move was made, indicating that this might be a good time to enter into a position. If we analyze the red K/X indicator, we can see that the ROF lines made a bullish crossover below the -50 level, indicating that the market is oversold and might start heading in the upward direction now. If we analyze the price and volume bands on the red K/X indicator, we can also see that both the bullish price bands and bullish volume bands are steadily increasing. This shows us that there is enough bullish volume and momentum to push the price further in the upward movement direction. Finally, if we look at the ADX indicator, we can see that it currently has a value of 21. This means that it's about the 20 level, indicating that there is still enough volatility in the market to provide the trend with strength and avoid consolidation. Because of all of these signals, let's enter into the buy position here. We'll be placing the stop loss at the recent swing low. For the take profit, we'll be targeting a recent swing high, aiming for a risk to reward ratio of at least 2. Next, now let's see how the trade plays out. In this case, we are looking at GBP USD on the 1-hour time frame. We can see that the price is in a downtrend. We know this due to the Pivot Point Super Trend indicator being red, indicating a bearish trend. If we take a look at the price action, we can also see that a trend line can be drawn here due to the price pulling back and retesting it multiple times. By analyzing the red K/X indicator, we can see the following. First, we can see that the ROF lines recently made a bearish crossover above the 50 level, indicating that the market was overbought and might now be heading in the upward direction. Along with this, if we take a look at the price and volume bands, we can see that they are bearish and steadily growing. We can also see that the most recent bearish price and volume band is greater than the most recent bullish price and volume band. Finally, if we take a look at the ADX indicator, we can see that it's above the 20 level, indicating that there is enough volatility in the market to push the price further in the upward direction. Because of these signals, let's enter into the sell position. We'll be placing the stop loss at the recent swing high. For the take profit, we'll be targeting a recent swing low, aiming for a risk to reward ratio 1:2. Now, let's see how the trade plays out. As you can see here, we have the pivot point super trend and the price and volume bands of the red K-EVREX enabled. I hope you enjoyed the video and understood how the red K-EVREX indicator works and how it can be read. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Happy trading. Thanks for watching our video.